godly people. How are we doing out there? Coming at you with, I think, pretty close to the wrapping it up episode of the Re challenge. We're going to go over the water portion down here. And let's see, what else? I think that about wraps it up. Then we're just going to do this. There's definitely a few hiccups and little bumps in the road. So make sure you're checking that out. I think we might do one more installment here in a little while after things kind of grow in and figure out what they're going to do. I think I'll go throughout the enclosure and kind of label either with scientific name or common names of plants to kind of give you an idea of what I got in here. Some of them I don't know the names of, so I kind of got to figure those out. So give me some time. And I'm also doing some pretty big customer projects right now, so that's why videos have been kind of lackluster on time frames getting out, not quite as quickly as I usually do, because I got a lot going on right now. But yeah, check it out, and we'll see you on the back side of this video. Hey pot people, how are we doing out there? So this is what we got so far. So we're fairly planted, pretty close to everything planted in here. We've had a few issues that I'll talk about. Let's see, first issue. I did not get off all of the residue. It doesn't seem like with the dry lock, so I had a few plant die-off issues where it was touching the dry lock, but it seems to have dissipated enough to where it's not kind of causing an issue any longer. It was basically just where the plants literally touched it. They would turn all kind of black and crappy. Another setback, my epiphytic ferns that I got planted on there. I don't know if it has to do with the dry lock or just the fact that they were actually being kept outside prior to coming into here, if it was just too much of a shock for them to come indoors. But they're kind of dying back a little bit, but they seem to be recovering a little bit. I got a new little shoot coming out right there. So things are recovering, it seems like. Another drawback, I did not let my dry lock cure nearly long enough. I did double the time that it takes to dry per the can. However, in this particular usage, I definitely would go a lot longer on the cure time. I cured for 4 days and it was not quite long enough. I had a little bit of issues with it not being quite cured down in the water portion, so I had to let that dry up and be good for quite a while and kind of flush out, after I did put some water in it, flush out some areas that were still kind of an issue. Done several water changes on it and it seems to be looking good. Another issue I had, or having still, is because I have this wood coming in here, and it actually goes up and over to the other side. I do believe that it's actually creating kind of like a siphoning effect, where it's soaking up the water and dripping it to the land portion, potentially, because I'm losing water from the water area and it's ending up over there. And I do not believe that I have any kind of actual leaks, because I did a leak test on this more than once and everything was good. I leak tested from this side to that side, from that side to this side. I mean, stranger things have happened, maybe with the expansion of foam and stuff, something happened, but I think that that's my only plausible possibility, is it's basically like a wick effect, pulling in the water and dripping it onto the other side. But yeah, today I am going to go ahead and I think wrap this sucker up with getting the water portion completed and planted and everything. So far I have over here, I took and put some leca balls down here and some foam, but I also, between two layers of foam there, I put a couple charcoal bags to filter the water. The waterfall comes down through here and it'll go into that foam pit basically, and leca pit, and all the beneficial bacteria will grow on that leca down there, and naturally and chemically and mechanically filtrate the water in that little section. And then everything will flow down here and go into the little box there where the pump is. And inside the pump I actually have, it's kind of hard to see, but I have black foam in there as well to catch any large particles that could clog up the filter. So, and that will also kind of scrub the water a little bit and keep the big stuff out of it. Kind of like a, what do they call that? A surface skim, basically, to keep all the surface stuff off. But without further ado, I think it's time for me to set up a tripod and get to work here, folks. Okay, so first thing going in, we got some Frugal Stratum media that I've already pre-rinsed and everything. Go ahead and start adding that in. Probably have way too much, but I will see where it goes. I'll have to figure out how I'm gonna smooth that out as well. So this will be basically the rich substrate basically for the plant roots. And then once I get that in, I will go ahead and cap my substrate here with play sand actually. I went ahead and pre-rinsed some play sand. And got that ready to roll. So I'm not going to put a lot of plants in here. I have a few picked out, a little bit of Java fern, and then a couple of plants I honestly really don't even know what the heck they are. They were a gift when I got my water isopods and shrimp. So they've been going crazy. I got those from my buddy Edwin. So Edwin, maybe you watch this video and you can tell me what these plants are. Alright, getting me out a paintbrush. A little brush so I can get some of this substrate where it needs to go. It's definitely hard to work in this small space, I'll tell you that. But we'll make it work. Right, folks? If you haven't noticed, I already got my misting system on there as well. Okay, on to the next thing. Let's do some capping with this here sand. But I think I need to do a little something. There's one particular plant that's going to need a little bit different kind of planting. So I think I'm going to have to put this guy in and put some sand on the roots to cap it, and then flip it the other way. And yeah, you'll see what I mean. It's going to be interesting. It's not something I can quite poke down into through the sand when I go to plant it, so it's going to be a different kind of deal. And the sand is probably going to be a little harder to deal with, maybe, because it's still fairly wet. We will see. I'm going to move this plant a little bit. Luckily, it hasn't really rooted yet, so I can move that. Oh yeah. This sand is not going to be easy. It doesn't even want to come out of the cup. Oh, new issues. Maybe we will do, maybe I can put the water in and put this in with the water in. I'm not sure, but I'm afraid that this will start maybe floating because it has dried out a little bit. Ha! You're seeing it here, folks. How about I try doing this in handfuls? Maybe I can do that. I know this is going to be a mess. Boom. Splat. Yeah, I'm kind of in a spot where I feel like I need to put water in it. This is definitely a learning curve for me here, folks. So let's attempt to do water in it. See how it goes. Now that my hands are covered in sand. Maybe that'll be enough. Oh, that's not too bad. Alright. Still gonna be interesting. Let's give it a go. That's working out pretty good, actually. It's a bit messy. But what's fun without a mess, right? I have a feeling these plants are not enjoying this. So the plan here is is to kind of recreate kind of a creek bottom here. Oh, so many learning curves today, folks. I am definitely not an expert. I am no Serpa. Kind of winging it. First big paludarium, that's for sure. Doing this sort of build in a aquarium is definitely a huge change to what I'm used to doing front opening enclosures. So I don't know if I would ever do a paludarium in an aquarium ever again. But we're here today, and that's all that matters. So we're here, and we're getting her done, right? I think that's looking pretty decent. All right, what do you think, folks? I think that's enough sand. I washed enough sand for 3 times this amount. We'll vacuum that up later. All right, now let's put some more water in it, I think, and maybe start planting. Definitely won't be putting any animals in this until it cycles for a while and gets all good to go. Okay. Trying to figure out my best way of attack on putting the water in without stirring everything up. There we go. Going into the pump compartment. Alright, let's turn the pump on. Oh yeah, that plant. Alright, let's see if we can plant this plant in there without doing too much harm on things. Getting a stool out of here, or ladder rather. Actually, I might need that ladder back. Come here, ladder. I need you. Alright. Let's see if we can plant this thing. See what I'm doing a little bit better. light. Yeah, it should work. Alright, got that plant in, kinda. I think I might toss another handful of sand on top of that. There we go, that looks better. Put us a couple of Java ferns over on this end. Put this plant back where it needs to be first. Pretty decent. And a couple of these, not sure what they're called, right up front here. All right. Now the next plan of action is I'm going to boil some botanicals and put some leaf litter and some other things in there. Oh yeah, and I forgot I got some Java moss I'm going to stick in a hole over here to let grow out. Java moss time. Stick this down here in this little hole, and that'll kind of cascade out of there. That will be cool. All right, folks. I think we're done for the day. I'm going to try to clean things up a little bit and get those botanicals in, and then we'll take a look at everything when it is all finished and slap a sticker on the suckers. Done. All right, thanks for watching, folks.
2 weeks later.
Hey folks, I hope you really liked this whole re challenge and following me along the way, setting this palletarium up. I hope it was informative. I hope maybe some of you can do something like this sometime, kind of turn trash into treasure and make yourself something awesome out of something that would otherwise probably go to the dump. But yeah, if you do anything like that, for sure, folks, make sure you tag me in it. I would love to see what you guys do. Yeah, it's been a journey. Watch out for that last video with all the plant names and all that business. That'll probably come out maybe in a couple weeks or months. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's been a journey, folks. Thanks for watching the journey. Thanks for watching the show. Make sure you're checking out our Facebook, Instagram, Patreon, of course. What else we got? Teespring for merch designs. Website, podsolo.com for all your bioactive, isopod, dart frog, tarantula needs. And we'll see you next time, folks. Pay Transporters, take us out.